Guys, how we doing? So quickly, how to scalp with the UPR system. The first strategies for catching spike. So this one is for scalping, and please note that this particular explanation, this particular strategy is designed only for boom 300. Don't use this methodology for crash 1000 or crash 500 or boom 1000. You understand? So make sure that you actually use this for boom 300, as I will be explaining this to you right now. Okay, so let me quickly do that. All right, so I will start from here, what is currently happening in the market. All right, so there are things that you need to look out for. So what you have to look out for is your indicator. This your indicator that is here, this blue one and this red one that we have here. All right, and also this one as well. Okay, so I'll be teaching you how to use them right now. All right, so now what you have to look out for is you have to wait and um, wait for price to actually come to the red indicator that we have down here to play around it in this manner. You understand? It has to play around it in this manner. Okay, so when it does this, you are not going to buy yet. Sorry, you are not going to sell yet. You understand? Because this is at the point of liquidity where money is being made by Deriv and the big boys that are trading synthetic. All right, because this is where many traders are going to lose their money, because this red line you can see here is a dynamic support level. You understand? That is not going to hold. So what happened is that after you've noticed this, so this is going to be your confirmation one, or step one of the things to look out for. And then the second one is you are going to wait for the two indicators to actually cross to the upside. That's the white and the red to cross to the upside. Then number three is you will wait for price to come and touch this blue indicator here. You understand? That's number three. All these conditions must be met. If all these conditions are not being met and you enter for a sell, you are there to waste your money. You understand? So do not complain. You have to make sure that you follow this condition to the optimum level. That's condition three. Let me go back and explain it again. The first one is you have to see something like this, that price is playing around this red indicator. That's the first one. Second one, you have to see that price cross to the upside. It has to cross to the upside, not to the downside. Then number three is that price must touch the blue indicator. And number four is that it must cross to the downside. You understand? It must cross the downside. All right, number five has not been met, so I'm actually waiting to enter. You understand? To enter for a sell. You get? But number five has not been met, so I'll go and show us what number five is so that we can see it. So look at this chart now. Look at this. You can see that our case one is met, right? Case two is met. As you can see here, this guy is crossing to the upside, is met. Then case three is met, is touching it. Do you get? Don't expect that immediately it touches it here, it will start coming to the downside. Don't trade like that, because I know how some of our mind function. You understand? We need something that is just like working like clockwork. It is also for this one, but make sure you just follow it the way I'm explaining it. All right, it touches, that's what is important. It touches, that's what is important. It doesn't matter how many number of times it touches it. All right, and then that's number three. Number four is that it crosses to the downside. Do you get? Then number five, which is what this guy has not done. All right, this guy has not done it. This guy has done 1 to 4, but that has not done number 5. That's why I'm not entering for now. So let me show you number 5. Number 5 is after the market, after this guy has crossed down, all right, to the downside, you will wait for when price, let me enlarge this guy, you will wait for when price will go through the red indicator. You understand? As you can see here, it must pierce through it. If it doesn't pierce through it, is a dangerous trading you are about to enter. So you should not waste your money. You understand? So you have to, especially if you are trading with maybe $50 or $100, you have to ensure that you are perfect with what you are doing, because you don't have so much money to risk in the market. All right, so it has to pierce through it. When it pierce through it, like this spike, you enter immediately. You understand? You enter immediately and then to the downside. You can see that this strategy is not a strategy for catching just few candles. All right, this is I can assure you that this is definitely 45 minutes of holding your trade. You understand? So this is where most traders will be losing money in the market when they are trying to what you know catch a spike. Do you get? And for you guys that have this UPR system, you will not fall to this loss here. You understand? Because you know that you are not catching spike at this region. Do you understand that? Yeah. So that's how to use it. All right. Now let's go. Let me show you one more examples so that what I'm explaining can actually enter more into our mind. You can see that case one is being met, right? It touches or play around the red indicator that we have to the downside. Then the second one is that it crosses to the upside. It must always cross to the upside. That's the red and white indicator. That's the second condition. Then the third condition is it must touch the blue. That's number three. Number four is that this guy must cross to the downside. That's the red and white indicator. It must cross to the downside. Then number five, price must pierce the red. As you can see, if you look at it very well, it will look like I am repeating the same example, but no, I am not repeating the same example. You understand? Yes, it is just what is happening in the market that you are not seeing except an indicator shows you or analyze it for you. If you remember in the previous example, we don't have another spike. It's just one spike, this one, and then came to the downside. You understand? So what happens? It has to pierce, through. You understand? It has to pierce through. Just like the previous one also, we have a spike that was around the red before this one pierced through. You understand? So when it pierces through, you sell immediately. Let me show you the previous example so that you won't think I'm repeating the same example here. So this is the previous example. Look at it here. You can see that is just let me see. No, sorry, that's not it. This is it. Yeah, this cross to the downside. Let's check it. Yes. So this was the previous example. You can see that they look alike. Do you see that? They look alike. Before the piercing, there was a spike that was close to the red. You understand? You see that? Now let's come to the one I was explaining to us. All right, look at it. Before what? Before the piercing, there was what? Now it's not all the time, because I know some of us, you might want to catch this spike every opportunity. You want to catch it. All right, so what you just have to pay attention to is that it has to pierce through the red. All right, so let me show you one more. The more example I show, the more easy it will be for you to actually use the system. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's look at this. This does not really play around the red. It just touches and then move to the upside. So if we count it as one condition, okay, good. This is the second condition, third condition. All right, this cross to the downside. That's number four. As you can see, number four, and then pierce through the red. You get, and then drop to the downside. You understand? So it will come in different fashion. You understand? You know that the previous two examples, there's always a spike very close to the red, but right now it is this spike that is close to the white. You get, but pay attention to spike. It must pierce through the red. That's what you are looking at for. All right, that's what you are looking at for. I'm purposefully doing more examples so that I can explain to us deeper. You understand everything that we need to know. So you can see that we have a case here. All right, play through the red. All right, then the second one is to cross to the upside. which this guy actually did. He crossed to the offside. Then number 3 is to touch the blue, which he did. All right, then number 4 is for this guy to cross to the downside, which he did. And then this just touched the red. It didn't pierce through. Do you see that now? Do you see that? It didn't pierce through. It touches it. Let me enlarge it for you. This is why it's good to do more examples so that the explanation will be rich. Do you see this now? You can see that it touches it. It has to pierce through it. You see? So at what point did it pierce through it? It is at this point. It pierced through it. And then when it did that, it dropped to the downside. Do you see that? Do you see that? It dropped to the downside. Now, are you going to tell me that from here to here is 5 candles? No, of course, it's more than that. It's more than that. Definitely more than 5. Definitely more than 30. Definitely more than 45. I don't have time to count. You understand? But you can, for you that have the indicator, you can actually backtest and count the candles to know how long and how much profit. You understand? So that is how to use it, guys. All right. So make sure you follow the 5 steps I have given you to use this indicator. Failure to follow the 5 steps duly will result in serious loss, guys. I don't want that to happen. That's why I took time to actually explain this to us using numerous examples. All right, so I can go on and on and on and on and on. All right, but I don't want the video to be too long. All right, so if you follow the example, all right, if you follow the example, you are going to be profitable. This is one here already. All right, if you can look at my screen, you can actually count the steps. All right, the yes that I gave you, the 5 steps. All right, 1 2, count with your eyes, 3. All right, crosses. You don't have business with this. The business you have with this is just touch. It doesn't matter the number of times, just touch. Do you get? And then you are waiting for this guy to cross. He crosses. All right, pierce through, and then what? You sell. And you can see how massive the sell is. You understand? For all the examples I've shown you, you can see how massive the sell is. You can see how massive the sell is. All right, so that is how to use the UPR for scalping on boom 300. All right, on boom 300. All right, so the reason why I'm still awake is actually I'm waiting for this guy to cross to the downside because 4 conditions has been met. You understand? First condition met, second met, third has been met. Okay, fourth and fifth has not been met. It has not really crossed to the downside. You understand? It has not crossed the downside. So 2 conditions has not been met. So I will just be watching. You understand? But I think I will just go and sleep now. All right, guys. So that is how to use it. If you have any challenge, all right, just on the group that I created, just chat me and then we are going to respond to you. So thank you.